All right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to class today. We're going to play this morning with a little bit of flow. And if you would like to do some of that flow using a chair, go ahead and grab your chair. I'm going to demo both ways once we get going so that you have the option of using your chair or sitting on the floor or flowing your normal sun salutes from the floor. And with that, if you want to sit in the chair to start, everything that we're going to do on the floor, you can do in your chair. So a lot of nice options, especially if you are having knee or hip issues or back issues. Um, a chair is just a wonderful thing to use. So with that, sit well, whichever way you decide. Feel the shoulders move up toward the ears and roll them back and down. And then let the elbows just be heavy, right? We wouldn't want to pull down on the elbows or strain this neck and trapezius, but they just kind of settle down as if you had little anchor weights on both elbows. And then maybe close your eyes and feel your nice deep breath and exhale. Start to really become centered both in your body and on your mat. Notice your breathing. And as you exhale, I want you to draw the lower belly both in and up, right? So, really creating this pressure in the abdominal muscles as we exhale, drawing that breath in or drawing that belly in and up, really toning through the abdominal muscles. Your inhale is normal, your exhale working. And notice just for yourself how long you can allow that exhale to continue. Deep breath. Good. One more here. Then let the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart and then bring them right out to cactus. Squeeze the elbows back. Watch that you don't pull the head forward or drop the chest. Bring the elbows back together and release. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Press out through the elbows. See if those elbows can be right about the level of the shoulders and release. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Press out. Notice if those elbows are dropping and then squeeze it back in. Release. Good. Two more. Exhale. Bring them out to the sides. There you go. Squeeze them back together. Release. Last one. Exhale, hands to heart. Press them out. Squeeze them back in and release and shake that out, everybody. Inhale, take those arms up. Now, if you're seated in a chair, you're going to grab one leg of your chair or the side seat and stretch. Make sure you're staying equally weighted on that chair so you don't tip it. And both arms up. Good. Exhale, other side, either grabbing a chair leg or the seat. press up. Exhale, hands to heart, press out, press back in. Whoo, release, inhale, you got it. Good, one hand down, stretch. Inhale up, other hand down. Good, take it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Open that chest, everybody. Squeeze it back in. Release, one more here. Exhale, hand down. Inhale up. Exhale the other way. Inhale it up. Exhale to your heart. Open up, nice big open chest. Exhale, squeeze those elbows together and release and shake that out. Woo, good, nice job, everyone. All right, so we're gonna come to table pose. And again, if you're using a chair, so we know table pose, right? Hands and knees. If you're using a chair, and I'm gonna see if I can magically demo, both as much as possible. And I love the chair for table pose because the hands go to the chair and the feet walk back a little bit so that the spine is neutral. So whether you're using a chair here or you're on the mat, you want to find that neutral spine. One of you out there is going to know well what I'm talking about. So we don't want the lower back to dump. We don't want to round, right? We want that nice neutral spine. And then in order to aid that, the low belly is nice and engaged. So from this pose, go ahead and start just a few little cats and cows, just gentle and breathe. Don't over round, okay? Because we do enough of that in life, in our daily life. So we don't need to over round there. And find the breath. Good. Come back to neutral. Press your right leg back. Now again, if you're using a chair, I'm going to be doing a lot of up and downs, I think. I won't do this all class, I promise. But if you're using a chair, you're going to either keep your big toe of your right foot down or you're going to lift it any amount. And breathe. Everybody, if your right leg is out and lifted, your left arm goes out. Finding balancing table, whether you're on a chair or on the floor. Good, breathe, everybody. Imagine somebody has your foot and is pulling your foot back at the same time the hand is reaching forward. The head neutral, the low belly toned. And everybody release. Good, shake that out. Good, find that neutral spine once again, right? Not dumping in that low back, toning it in. Either the left side big toe touches or it lifts. Finding your breath, squeezing in through the low abs, and then maybe taking the right arm out. If you're using a chair, you're always conscious of tilting the chair, right? Of moving it off balance. So make sure that hand is pressing straight down. Breathe. And release, everybody. Whew. Good, shake that out. If you're on the floor or your chair, let's find downward facing dog. So again, in the chair, and I'm demoing chair a lot today. I have at least 3 students who may be using that chair today. So we walk the feet back. We find that nice long spine. Your hands are making contact with the chair on purpose, right? So they're not just hanging out there, they're pressing down gently. Same with the floor. Finding that breath, lengthening the spine, tailbone reaches back. Keep a softness to the knees, everybody, and breathe. And then when you're ready, either look forward or look at your chair and step forward, right leg, and then step forward, left leg. If you're using a chair, you're still neutral spine, halfway up. Everybody else, bend your knees and then inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale to your heart. Bring those arms out, squeeze, bring them back together and release and shake that out. So first round, I'm gonna demo first side sun salute. I'll demo with a chair and then I'll move that chair out of the way and join those on the floor. So whatever works for you, please do that. If you're using a chair, I'm just gonna say, don't push it away from you, always push down. Make sure your entire chair is on your mat so it doesn't slip and slide. All right, so standing at the front of your mat or the front of your chair, roll the shoulders back and feel mountain pose, right? Basic, simple pose. Low belly is slightly engaged. The glutes, hips are working. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, floor or chair. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale. If you're worried, if you're working with some back issues, you don't go so low. Good. Soften the knees and step back with your right leg. Now, tricky thing about using a chair is you almost always have to adjust the feet to make this work. Left foot forward, right foot back. And find this just really sweet lunge with your front foot close to that chair. Good. Breathe, everybody. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to take your hands to your knee. Lift up through the chest. Inhale, reach up. And again, think about toning the low belly in, tailbone down. Yeah, right. Some of us can sink in a little bit more in this high lunge. Exhale, hands to floor or chair. Step back, downward facing dog. And really feel, you can pedal your feet here. You can stretch through the side body. And then lift your heels off the floor, take your torso forward, find plank. Again, in plank on the chair, your hands are pressing out of that chair. Your hands are staying toward the middle of the seat. Breathe, tone that belly. Good. Those on the floor, go ahead and drop your knees. Take it down, a little chaturanga. If you're on the chair, just see if you can bend the elbows a little bit and then push them back out again. Good, Betty. And release, everybody. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, finding the lunge on the other side, either keeping hands down or hands to knee. Inhale, reach up. Reach up, open that heart, everybody. Breathe. Exhale your hands to the chair or to the floor. Your right leg might be too close to the chair, so you step it back and then step the left foot forward, bend your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, one more on the chair. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Whew. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. Find your breath. I love sun salutes on a chair, really do. There's a lot of freedom here to move. Hands to knee. Lift up, take the arms up. Find your breath. Hands to heart. Open the chest. Squeeze. Bring those elbows, hands back together. Reach the arms up. Exhale your hands to the chair or to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Use your breath here. Remember, whether your hands are floor or chair, you are engaging those upper back muscles. You're elongating through the arms, firing up those muscles. And then start to bring the torso forward, plank pose. Breathe. If you're in a chair, you're either staying here or a little bend to the elbows and then a little press out. Otherwise, Take it down through chaturanga, knees up or knees down, nice and strong there, Lynn. Breathe, a little cobra for those on the floor. And then downward facing dog, everybody. Take a deep breath. Engage. Remember that head is right between your arms. And then look forward, step forward, left leg. Again, adjust your pose as you need to. Tone in through the belly, hands to your knee. Lift your chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Breathe. Hands to heart. Open up. Squeeze it in. Inhale the arms up. Take them back to the floor or to your chair and step forward. Ooh, bend the knees, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Good, shake that out, shake it out. Good, I'm gonna move my chair out of the way for a second round. If you're using a chair and you're loving it, please stay with it. It's hard for me to let go. Okay, so again, blocks near the front of your mat, only if you want them. Find mountain pose. We're gonna add on just a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down or to your chair. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees and step back with your right leg. Here we are again, second side. Take your hands to your knee. Lift your chest. Remember when we're doing sun salutes, you take your time. Do not feel like you have to hold or stay with the same pattern or the same speed. Inhale, reach up. Breathe. Exhale, hands to heart. Open those arms up, everybody. Squeeze those hands together and then release them behind you and press back as you lift chest. Now that back leg is active. Your hands can still be on the chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to the chair or to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Again, finding your pose, spreading your fingers, making sure your chair is solid if you're using that. Take it to plank. Find your breath. Now, those at chair, soft bend of the elbows. Everybody else, chaturanga. Release, sphinx, low cobra, or just a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, everybody. Use your breath here. Look through your hands, step forward, right leg. Hands to the chair. Take your hands to your knee. Feel the lift of your chest, right? Feel the shoulders move back in space. Inhale it up. Hands to heart. Open it up. Squeeze it together. Hands back. Interlace and press back. Breathe. Maybe the chest lifts, but keep the back leg very active. Reach up. Exhale, hands down. Push off, step forward. Soften the knees. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Release the hands down. We have one more side. One more side. Find your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Soft or inhale halfway up. Exhale, everybody. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. Breathe. Hands to knee. Lift up. Inhale up. Find that beautiful breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Press out. Hold here, everybody. Just hold. Breathe. Twist. Optional. Either you're taking one hand to the chair, the other one to sacrum, or you're taking left hand to knee, and right hand to sacrum. Breathe, twisting to the right. And then if you are willing, just bend forward. Press through the back leg, squeeze your belly. You're still looking toward the left or toward the right. Good, push up. Inhale up. Take the hands behind. I know, all this movement in a lunge. Good, reach up. Exhale slowly, hands down, chair or floor, step back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Plank pose. Knees up or down, chaturanga. Release, low cobra, sphinx. Exhale, downward facing dog. Getting our flow in, everybody. Breathe. Look through your hands, step forward, left leg. Last set here. Find your footing. Take your hands to your knee and keep them on the floor or on the chair, by the way. Inhale it up. Find your breath. Exhale to your heart. Reach and open. Exhale, bring them in. Reach and open again. Twist to your left. One hand to chair. One hand to sacrum or one hand to knee, the other to sacrum. Open up that shoulder. And then only if you're comfortable, bring the chest down toward that thigh. Good, breathe, breathe. Push up. Come back to center. Hands behind, press it back. Fire up the back leg, everybody. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to chair or floor. Push off. Step forward. Bend your knees. Take your hands to your knees. And come on up to standing. Whoo! Good. Shake that out, everybody. It's good stuff. All right, grab your strap. If your chair is still there, you could move that out of the way, I think, for a little while. Keep it handy, but you can take it off your mat. So grab your strap depending on how long it is. And it should be, kind of nice and wide. This is an 8-foot strap, so that 4 feet is pretty good for me. Take the arms up, bend the elbows, and let the elbows be right level with your shoulders if you can kind of look side to side. And then tuck the chin a little bit so that you're not lifting your chin. And then just start to pull the arm on one side. And then pull the arm on the other side. Good, and pull. And you're trying to keep the arms somewhat level. So if you can, the elbows are staying right outside the shoulders. Breathe. Good, one more, both sides. Pull and pull. Come back to center, lift up. Exhale the strap forward down to your hips. Whew, good, breathe. Little tight, a little tautness to your strap, take it up. This time, see if it'll go lower. Whew. Does not have to go low. Please don't do the double jointed funky thing with the shoulders. Should be zero pain here. And then take your right arm down, your left arm over. And take it back to center. Go the other side. So shoulder work here. Breathe. One elbow stays bent the whole time. Just shifting. Yep. And there you go, Lynn. Breathe. So, Lynn, try it so the top arm is bent and the bottom arm is straight. There we go. And what you were doing was okay too. And over. Whew, good. Just 2 more. Take it down. And center. Last one. And center, lift straight up. Exhale all the way down. Roll that out a little bit, and then simply take the strap behind you. The palms are face out. The big key here is this rounded front shoulder rolls straight back, and then we simply pulse back 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. Set your strap aside. So it's kind of interesting, right? Especially if you're working with a back injury and you can't do a lot of extension, like prone position extension. How do we work with the back in order to strengthen it? And a lot of this kind of work is awesome for the upper back. And it's awesome for trying to reduce that upper back curve. So we're going to take our feet just roughly hips width apart, but maybe a little wider, than your normal. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take elbows to thighs. And once you're there, adjust your feet. Maybe you take it a little bit wider. And pause here for a moment. So you're in a little squat. This should feel fairly easy. Notice how you feel, how your body feels in this position. The first thing that I want to do is draw that low belly in and up and lengthen the tailbone. That immediately feels better because I'm not sitting in the lower back. All right, so you're going to leave your right elbow where it is. If this is too low, you're going to come to hands. You're going to take your left arm out to cactus. Your right elbow is going to support you, and take that arm down to center, the left arm, and squeeze it up. Try to keep it out from the shoulder and squeeze. Now, what are we looking for? We're not looking for a twist. We're not looking to see how far back that arm will go. We're looking for engagement of the muscles at the left side back. Good. 2 more. Squeeze, pause at the top. Last one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And take it down. Take both hands to your legs and stand up. See, I was going to make you stay there. And then I decided that was kind of mean. So a little too long in a squat. So we'll come out for a second. Again, find the breath. Shoulders are open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows to knees. And pause again. Check out your pose. Lengthen through the tailbone. Maybe draw that belly in, especially my dear friend Adriana. Breathe. All right, same thing other side. It's going to be the right arm. You're going to take it out to cactus, and you want to see how that feels. And you want to kind of look at the elbow and go, is it roughly off that shoulder? Doesn't have to be perfect. And take it down. And reach. And breathe. 3. Squeeze, pause at the top, right? So we've got that range of motion, and then we hold, so we take the momentum out. Good, just 2 more. Squeeze. And squeeze. Release. Take your hands to your knees and come up to standing. Good, roll that out, shake it out. Not too bad, right? Not too bad so far. All right, so we're gonna add one thing to this, and it's gonna be your choice. Either you're gonna do 4 on one side, 4 on the other side, or you're gonna do 8 both arms, okay? Which means what's gotta happen? We have got to engage the core because now we don't have the support of that elbow. So find your pose again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, elbows down to knees. Lengthen through the tailbone, draw the belly in. You might have to lift chest just slightly. So just see, take one elbow out to the side, squeeze the heck out of your belly. Take the other one out to the side. If this hurts your lower back at all, stand up and do it with a full stand. All right, elbows in, elbows out. Good, breathe. 2. Squeeze. 3, squeeze your belly, lengthen your tailbone. 4, 5, 6, you got it. 7, woo. Oh, I did say 8. Let's just do 2 more for fun. 9 and 10, and then stand all the way up. Reach those arms. Exhale, let go. And shake that out. Well done, everybody. Little circle with those arms. Good. And circle the other arm. And shake them out. And then take the hands behind you, but don't interlace, right? So pull the shoulders back. And then imagine as the hands go back, the chest lifts, okay? And then pulse the hands straight back. 1, 2, don't let the shoulders roll forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold the back, hold the hands back. Lift the chest, and then imagine the fingers are going to go down a little more, down toward the floor, but stay back. Notice that you're in a slight back bend here. Engage the glutes. Only the chest is lifting. The low back has nothing to do with this. And then baby pulses for 10, right from here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the arms up. Exhale to your heart. Squeeze them out to the sides. Bring them back in and let them go. Well done, everybody. Shake that out. It's an interesting thing, right? And accessing back body, especially the back deltoid and the back, can be really challenging if you're not able to use the floor to push off of. All right, so come on back to the front of your mat and maybe you grab your chair. I'll demo with the chair for starters because we're going to come back into a table type pose on the floor or on our chair. And Betty's thinking, I'm not sure. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to floor or chair. And breathe. Engage all the stuff you already know. Press the right leg back. So you're either starting your leg portion of balancing table, or you got your hands on the chair, which is actually a bit harder, just saying. Your right hand stays where it is. The left arm goes to cactus. As you move this left arm, it's going to make balancing table way harder. So 1, you're here. 2, you're going to drop the elbow down and squeeze it back. 2, just 3, squeeze, drop the elbow, turn the palm alongside your hip and palm up. Oh, and Lynn, I realize, okay, so come on. My bad. Everybody come out. I just saw 2 of my lovelies not using a chair, balancing like crazy. I should have said you're on the floor. I just didn't get you there in table pose. Oh, yeah, see, this is why we need live students. So any of you out there that were trying to do like this craziness, I'm so sorry. All right, so let's go to the other side. Let's step our left leg back. That's my fault for going right to chair and not walking through that one. And take the left leg up out. You're on your hands and knees on the floor, or you are using your chair. Your right arm goes out to the side. Hold, squeeze your belly. And then if you want, 3 out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Take the palm straight back, palm up. 1, 2, 3. Whew, and release. Oh my goodness gracious. If you are on the floor, downward facing dog. If you're on your chair, downward facing dog. Squeeze it out. It sounded perfect in my head, I just have to say. Big deep breath. And then walk your feet forward. All right, so here's where it gets tricky. I'm going to demo on the chair. It's not really tricky. And then I'm going to move my chair out of the way. So you're going to be back here. You're going to be back here. And then one arm, if you're on the chair, airplane pose, or two. Okay. So balance work. If you're not on the chair, kind of the same thing, right? Without the chair. So I know I did that quickly. So mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, step back, right leg. You're in a lunge. If you're using your chair at this point, your hands are going to go to your chair. Everybody else is going to reach the arms back, pull the shoulders back, lean forward a little bit, and play with airplane pose. And breathe. Shoulders back, palms face up. Whoop. Thank you all. I should have stayed with the chair today. And release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, step forward, shake that out. See, this is what happens when my brain's going kind of like this. Chair, no chair, chair, no chair. That's why I needed a model. Still, they're not going to do it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, either hands to chair or the hands press back. Step back, left leg. Open up the chest. Lean forward, push off the back leg, and lift. If you're in the chair, either both hands are to the chair or one hand is off, opposite hand, or both hands are making that attempt. Step back down. Inhale it up. Exhale, step forward. Woo, and shake that out, everybody. My. All right, so we have one more with the shoulders. And it's eagle arms without eagle legs. So we're going to start really easy. Just take the arms out. Cross your left under your right. Bend the elbows. Some of you are here. You can frame your little face, right? Or you're going to touch back of palms or palms. Whew. And then just drop the shoulders, right? Maybe wiggle a little. How does it feel in your body? Eagle arms can be super challenging for people. Your hands can be separate. The other thing is your elbows can be separate, right? So that just the hands, just the backs of the hands stay together. And then find mountain pose and breathe. Now imagine in mountain pose that your glutes just got very active. One, you're here. Two, you're going to find a little squat. Watch your knees, everybody. Don't let those knees drop in the middle. Big, deep breath. Some of you can go low. Some of you are going to stay nice and high. Watch your backs. Find your breath. Push into your feet to stand up. Lift the elbows. Release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale out to the side. This time your right goes under your left. Your hands find their place for you. Find your breath, everybody. Your legs and hips get active here. One, you're standing. Two, you're going to come to your squat. Low belly tones in. Some of you can go lower. Some of you should be coming up higher because something doesn't feel good. Big deep breath. And then push into your feet. Lift the elbows to shoulders. Release. Inhale up. Woo. Exhale. Shake that baby out. It's something, isn't it? It's like, whoo. You just don't realize how much tension you carry in your body. All right, so last two, one on each side with eagle arms, but this time with a little bit of a balanced pose. So here's the deal. One, forget the eagle arms. You're going here, elbows, hands together instead, so that you can get to a wall for balance if you need it, okay? 2, if you do eagle arms and you start to do this, let the arms go. Cabiche? All right, so mountain pose. Shoulders back, arms out to the side, left under right, either eagle arms or kind of a prayer hand sort of thing, right? Here we go. All right, so find your focus. Squeeze your glutes, stamp your left foot into the floor. Start to peel the right foot. I am mirroring here. And see if you can lift that knee and breathe. A little bit harder because if you're in eagle arms, those arms are in the way. Breathe, stand strong, strong, strong on that standing leg, everybody. Release the leg, good job. Release the arms, inhale up. Exhale, let go. Another option I hadn't thought about until I looked at the chair over there is if you don't want to do this, but you do, put your foot on your chair if it's not too high. So you'll get the same standing leg work without the over balance challenge. So something to think about. Same thing, other side. Inhale up. Exhale, arms out. This time right goes under left. The arms wrap or not. The belly tones, we shift into that other leg and we lift. Stand strong, everybody. That standing leg should feel rock solid. Now mine's wiggling, it's not that, but the muscles are working. The muscles are engaged. I'm not locking out the knee. Breathe. And lower that knee down and release the arms and shake it out. Well done. Come on back to the front of your mat. Let me think about this whole chair thing. You can sit in the chair if you would like, or we're going to come to the floor and sit. So whatever works best for your body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Everybody step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Open up those shoulders, nice broad shoulders, neutral spine. Inhaling to your tippy toes or you're sitting down on that chair. Release and then everybody come to a seat. Good, and if you want, you can grab your blanket and sit on the blanket. We're going to be here just for a little bit. And you'll need one block. So start by just sitting well. Again, it can be sitting well in your chair and not leaning back or slouching or sitting on the floor and finding that neutral spine. And if you're not sure, you can rock the pelvis, tilting forward and tilting back, and then trying to find that middle space. Often it has to do with the sit bones. If you can find the sit bones and find yourself either centered on that or slightly tilted forward, okay? And then open up the shoulders and breathe. And notice how the shoulders feel. Good, grab your block. Take it at the widest setting. Hold on to it. And then take it to the level of the shoulders and draw the shoulders back. There's a little press here, but not a big one. As you start to raise this up diagonally, so I'm not lifting straight overhead, I'm kind of reaching for that corner where the ceiling and the wall meet. Notice how it feels in your shoulders. A gentle squeeze. And then see if it'll go further. Tailbone drops, chest lifts. If the arms can go further, bring them higher. I'm not locking out my elbows, but I'm focusing on the rib cage reaching up while the tailbone reaches down. If your arms can go overhead, go ahead and let that happen. Do not strain your shoulders. The head stays neutral. Find your breath. This is a lot more work than it appears. Good, breathe. And then slowly bring them down. And pause. This whole mechanism of the rib cage has to roll in order for the arms to roll, right? This whole idea that if I keep these down, if I'm here naturally, they're not going. They're just not going to go there. So let the rib cage move with it. All right, grab your block. Same thing. We're just going to add one thing. Roll the shoulders. Arms out, take it to shoulder level, just a little engagement of the shoulder blades, just draw them back a little bit. Tiny squeeze. Take it up a little bit. And then think of the rib cage or the breastbone move. It sounded like a cow. Moving up a little bit. Lordy. And then just see if the rib cage will lift, if the chest will lift, yet the belly stays toned, yet the tailbone goes down. And notice that the arms will go a little further. And then maybe one more. Breathe. Notice tiny squeeze on that block, just tiny, like 5%. And you're going to feel every muscle in that shoulder fire up. And then keep the elbows centered and bend the elbows. Let that block come behind your head. It's actually pressing into the back of my head. And then press the head. And only if you want, look up a little bit. Big work for the upper back. Don't overdo it. One of you should not be doing this at all. You know who you are. Probably a little too much compression for that. Release. Woo. Straight up. Straight down. Set your block aside. Woo. When you're happy and you know it. Clap your hands. Okay. Roll that out. Grab both blocks. Set them side by side in the long way if you can. Now, if you have heavy blocks like cork blocks, go back to one because sometimes these will pop out and I don't want it to hit your head. All right, so hands to your sides. Press in, no kidding, right? You got to press in to keep them centered. Shift out the legs if they're getting cranky. Press out from your shoulders, squeeze back slightly. Start to lift. Keep some pressure on those. Got to be a little more pressure than the last one. Maybe it goes higher, but I want you to think about that breastbone, that chest bone, right? The sternum or the ribs, they're lifting. It's not the arms as much as it is the rotation of the chest. Good. See if it'll go higher. Watch your head. Don't create tension. Squeeze the blocks, but don't overly. Straight arms. See if it'll go overhead. And breathe. Hone your belly, squeeze down through that tailbone. And then slowly, 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 let go and set those blocks away. And feel that. Good, grab your strap. Go ahead and take your body into Janu Sirsasana or single leg forward fold. This would be a lovely place for some of you, and I'm sorry I didn't cue that. If you had your chair in front of you, you could put your hands on the chair to help keep a more neutral spine. However, if you don't and you don't want to move and get your chair, everybody take that strap around the foot. If I'm mirroring here, I have my right foot out. If I'm not, it's my left foot. Pull the shoulders back. If you were working with a neutral spine and or a back injury, this is where you are, or you're going to bend the elbows a little bit and really be mindful of that low back or low or mid back. But here, start by pulling back on the foot and then drawing the shoulders back. Let the elbows slide back to your side body. Palms are face up. And it's as if you could pull and lift the leg, but don't lift the leg. And breathe. And then take the strap in the same side hand. Take the other one up. You got it. Only one, you're here. Two, right? It's that same mechanism, right? Chest is lifting, ribs are rotating up. Or you're going to start to take it forward, keep the shoulders level, let that hand come to the floor. Square the shoulders up. And then either you're hanging on to your strap or you're going to let go of your strap and take the other hand forward. Shoulders are square, the back is neutral, the lower belly is toned, right? The same cues over and over and over again. As we breathe, as we find this single leg forward fold, there should be zero stress in your back. And if there is, we take that torso up. Find your breath. Some of you maybe come to elbows or just wrap your foot. Soften the head, the neck, the jaw. Use your breath. And release, hands come to the floor. Lift your chest, take the arms up. Exhale it down. Release your strap, straighten both legs, shake those babies out. Woo. Roll the ankles. And let's go to the other side. Again, the strap can go around that foot. Keeping the elbows in, start to pull back on that foot, pull back on the shoulders, maybe slide the hands so that the elbows are right at your side body. It's actually a little bicep work, right? And it helps to keep the shoulders, chest open. And then take that strap in the same side hand, take the other one up, and you can hang right here and stay beautifully tall, right? Neutral spine. Or you're going to hinge forward, find your spot, and let the hand come down. You'll know your spot because your hamstring will go, hello, excuse me. Take the strap out or leave it or hold the strap. And then find that neutral spine in this pose. The head is not leading the way, so lift the chest a little bit. And breathe. Maybe you find that foot, maybe not. Deep breath, everybody. When you're ready, release, hands to floor, lift your chest, roll the shoulders, take those arms up. And exhale and straighten those legs. Whew, goodness gracious, roll that out. All right, we're going to come to the floor on our backs. You're really not going to need any of your props. You might want your strap for just a little final stretching, so you can keep that in mind. Good, and come on down to the floor. You can even, if you're using an exercise table or a bed or a couch, you can even go there. Too tempting, I know. And just pause for a minute and let your back settle. Like feel your back body. And let your back settle. Your feet are on the floor. We're just relaxing. The hips are nice and level. You're at the center line of your sacrum. We're going to start with something really easy. Just take your hands up to the ceilings. Your fingers are pointing to the ceiling. Your palms are facing away from you. And I want you to pretend you're grabbing a rope. Pull that rope down. Let the elbows come to the floor on either side of you. They're kind of like robot arms, right? The hands are, forearms are pointing up toward the ceiling. Everything else is down. And then I want you to press the back of the arms into the floor. This is more back body engagement without the strain, ideally. And then just let go of the push. And then push straight down and let go. Good. Two more. Just push into the floor, arms, shoulders, and release. One more here. Push. And release. Take those arms up. Palms are still away from you. Let the palms come down to the floor on either side of you. Push hands, arms, shoulders into the floor. Push. Everything else is down. And just release. Good. Push shoulders, arms, hands into the floor. So we're working with the back body. And release. Good. One more. Push. Really press those hands down. Hold here. Keep the left hand pressing down. Lift the right arm up to the ceiling and then keep it going overhead. It does not have to touch the floor. In fact, it feels better if it isn't touching the floor, but is level with your shoulder. Push your left hand down. You should feel that tricep working, left arm tricep maybe, shoulder, back body. And then lift the left arm or the right arm up. Let it come back to the floor. Push that down as if your chest would lift. And then lift the left arm. Keep pressing the right arm down and take the left arm overhead. Watch those shoulders. And lift it up. Exhale down to the floor. Press both. Now, one, you're here and you're going to press and release. Two, you're going to press and lift the hips. Don't go real high, not a full bridge pose. Lengthen your tailbone. Lengthen your tailbone, everybody. Press the backs of the arms, hands, and shoulders into the floor, straight down. Find your breath. Lift your right leg if you can, right foot, and take it down. Lift the left foot, take it down. Good. Lift and lower, lift, lower, lift. Go slow, lift, lower, lift. You got it. Lower, lift, listen up. Next one, lift, hold, push into the foot that's on the floor. And breathe. Push into the arms, push into the shoulders. And lower. Good. Push into that foot. Lift the other one and then push into the foot more. I'm not trying to do a bridge pose. I'm not lifting chest and all that. Working the heck out of the back line of the body. Breathe. Lower that foot. Lift both hips. If you would like to move into bridge, go ahead and walk the shoulders under, interlace the hands, lift your chest, find your breath. Release and slowly lower all the way down. And once again, let the back settle, find the center line of your sacrum. And then draw your left knee to your chest. You can use a strap here or just your hands. Take your hands behind your left knee or grab your strap, put it around your foot. The left leg goes straight up to the ceiling. Tone your belly, lengthen the right leg down to the floor. Push the back of your left leg into your hands or use your strap to lengthen that leg. Lift the right leg, optional. Breathe. Hands come back to the floor, optional, push into the floor. Big deep breath. Both knees to chest. Both feet to the floor. Right knee comes into chest. The hands go around the back of that knee or back of the thigh, really. Extend the right leg up. Decide if it makes sense to extend the left leg long. If your hamstrings are really tight, you want a softer bend in that extended leg. And breathe. Lift the left leg if you want, right? You don't have to. This could be just a nice juicy stretch. Release the hands to the floor if that makes sense for you. Your head is neutral, your shoulders are down. I'm actually pressing into the floor. And breathe. Both knees to chest. Rock a little side to side. We're almost done here. Both feet to the floor. Left knee in, same as before. Left leg straight. Hands behind. Right leg straight. Optional, of course. So here's what's going to happen. One, you're here, you're just happy to hang out. Two, your hands are back down on the floor. Three, you're going to walk those hands underneath your hips to give yourself some back support. Okay. Lift your right leg. Listen up. You're going to bring the knees to chest and switch their positions. So both knees come in and the left leg goes along the mat, lifted, the right leg up. Both knees in, switch. Both knees in, switch. Last one, both knees in, switch. Both knees in, both feet to the floor. We're almost done. We got one more on the other side. Right knee comes to chest, hands behind that leg, leg extends up. Left leg goes nice and long. One, you're here, just enjoy this gorgeous stretch. Two, that leg lifts. Three, the hands are down or under your hips, right, for support. Everything else is down on the floor. Here we go. Both knees in, switch directions. Both knees in, switch. And switch. And switch. One more. And switch. Both knees in. Whew. Both feet to the floor. Bet you're happy to be done with that. All right, coming into just an easy twist. Lift your, and it, by the way, if you are being careful with your twist, you know what to do. Don't go so deep. But everybody lift the hips. Take the hips to the right side of your mat and lower the hips back to the floor. And then bring your knees to your chest. You can have a block or two under that left side as you lower your knees to the left. Just come into a really easy twist here. Don't overdo. Excuse me. Take a deep breath. And think about that right arm, right? The right arm in cactus pose, something we've been doing all class, right? Moving that arm out to the side, out from the shoulder. Breathe. Tickle, tickle. Maybe the opposite arm, which I think would be the right arm, maybe that right arm reaches more overhead. little tone to the belly here, just a soft tone to the low belly. And if the right arm is lifted, go ahead and bring it back to cactus. Press one and then the other knee to the center. Your feet come to the floor. Your hips come back to center. And then lift and shift the hips to the left. Bring the knees to your chest. Lower the knees to your right. Maybe take that left arm into a cactus pose. Soften everything. Maybe the left arm reaches up just a little, no strain. If your arm is overhead, bring it back to neutral. Take the knees back to center. Feet to the floor, your hips come back to center. Take the arms and wrap them around you. Chin is slightly tucked or neutral. Breathe. Notice which elbow is on the top of this little hug and switch the arms. And then release the arms fully. Let them come down to your sides, straightening the legs. If you would like, you can do Shavasana seated in your chair. And certainly you can be seated on the floor or even on your side. Just start to feel your body settle down into the floor. Feel your shoulders nice and open. Start to really let go here. Softening the breath and the thoughts and any tension. Soften down even more. For those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes, start to bend your knees. Cross one leg over the other or one knee over the other and bring those knees to chest, just stretching out the hips. Release that side, go to the other side, crossing your knees, just bringing the knees in, letting your whole body be heavy. And release that side, let both knees roll over to the side along with the rest of you. So you're laying on your side, coming into fetal pose. And from fetal pose, pressing up. Finding your seat, taking a nice deep breath, bringing your hands to your heart. And bowing again to your own inner wisdom, your own inner doctor, teacher, and friend. And listening there. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much for coming to class, everybody.